Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Going deep here for Stills. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kouamisi in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the first down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a first down.
Now Landry. They'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. There's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. It's Tannehill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. This is fielded at the 27. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Design run for their wideout. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. On second down, Lynch. Room here to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Carr gives to Marshawn. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Shift together here from the D-line. Play fake to Ajayi. It's Tannehill. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jarrell Freeman in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. He got 29 yards that time. So the offense has it 1st and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a toss play. It's a Jay. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. A big play there. Carr to Cooper, 52 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, They say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Marshawn Lynch with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Raiders add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Tannehill on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
They run with Ajayi. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Tannehill over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for a gain of 31. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big play there for Miami. And even 40 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Tannehill now to give to Ajayi. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a 2nd and goal situation. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Jay Ajayi, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Throwing on first down is Carr. Completes it right side to Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. On first down, Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. On second down, here's Carr. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's 3rd and short. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult. And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Landry now on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. They'll fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. First down, the run with Lynch. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So on 4th down, off goes Carr, and on is Sebastian Janikowski. From the right hash, this from 53. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 19. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one. Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6. Expecting pass all the way. Cooper will come in motion right. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Cooper's got it. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Shotgun now for Carr. He'll dump it off, complete to Lynch. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. A fresh set of downs, and they're at the 1. 1st and goal. From the gun, it's Carr. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. William Hayes in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Second and goal from the 7. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance.
Devontae Parker. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start the drive with Lynch. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
On is the punter King to send it away. Taken in at the 22. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now here come the Dolphins. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Jarrell Freeman in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. To throw on second down is Tannehill. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They run again with Ajayi. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. In his own end zone, it's Carr. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is knocked down from the side. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On the give, this is Lynch. And some room to roam now. And look out, I think he's going to go. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Oakland. 76 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. On 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eddie Vanderdoes, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Eddie Vanderdoes in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Going deep here for Stills. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
They'll run again with Lynch. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Fresh set of downs here, and the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
29 now. You ready? 7:34.
Handoff comes to Lynch. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Hey, no way. Get down. Get down. You ready? Now. 180.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Following the penalty, Lynch. They find some open field here. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Raiders, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now.